Hey guys, I've got a lot of comments lately wanting to know some more information about my Woods TSG50 stump grinder. So I actually bought this used for $3,000 and new they're roughly probably around $6,200. And so this actually it's a little bit different from the Baumolite, and it's got a 20-inch wheel instead of a 24-inch wheel. This actually has 24 teeth and can actually articulate and actually grind both ways instead of just one way. And so I'm going to show you a little bit about how mine hooks up to my TX25 Summit tractor. So the TX25 actually comes with one set of remotes on the back end, and they are actually right in here. And so I actually went to Summit Hydraulics and was able to pick up this dual multiplier. So it will take this one set of hydraulics and it will actually give me two sets, so I can work with two cylinders. And then up front I have a toggle switch that'll allow me to select which cylinder that I'm actually working on. So as you can tell, I just put couplers on the back end, and this unit actually goes and directly connects right into the set of rear remotes that this tractor came with. And I didn't directly plug those in straight from the hose, just because if something goes wrong and this goes out or some electrical problem, I can still just uncouple this directly straight out, and it still gives me a set of single remotes to actually plug into without having to unplug stuff. When I actually put this multiplier on, I was finding out that when it directly connected in there, it didn't give me enough angle, because when I had my quick hitch all the way up, it was hitting the bottoms of these hoses. So I actually went in here, I cut off this little metal part right here holding on the hydraulic connections for the rear remotes, and I actually put a little piece in there just to bump it up and give it enough angle, so if I actually bring my 3-point all the way up, it's not hitting this at all. So that's one thing that I did a little bit different also with this. So when I got this Summit hydraulic multiplier, it came with the toggle switch so you can select which cylinder you're using. And I actually put it right here, right off to the side, because the more I found, I actually like being off the tractor and right here on the side, so I can actually grab the lever and then put my left hand on the toggle switch so I can see where I'm grinding the stump, if I've gone too deep, if it's bogging it down. And so I actually like being off to the side of the tractor instead of on the tractor, because on the tractor you're having to sit there and crank your neck back, and so it gets sore after a while. So this is where I decided to put it, and it's just really easy to have my left hand on the toggle switch selecting which cylinder I'm on, and then my hand on the lever, pretty much just letting the hydraulic flow go forward or backward. So far I've been really happy on how this cuts with this small of a tractor. You know, every so often it does bog down, just because if you go too deep, the chips start falling in where the stump is, and so it bogs it down a little bit. Or if you start getting going and you're basically taking off too much of the stump. But yeah, so far I haven't had any problems running this. I've only killed the tractor probably twice from it bogging down, but this has been very handy for me lately around the property. I've used it on about 3 stumps here around my house, and then I'm going to show you a video coming up of me using it at my brother-in-law's house on his mulberry tree. Guys, today we're going to be stump grinding this mulberry stump, and this actually, it's a pretty big stump. As you can see, the roots go out every which way, so we're going to try to get it just below grade level so he can just put some dirt right on top of it. So even just right across here, you're looking at about 45 inches, and this way about 44, and that's not even including what's underneath. So let's go ahead and let's start stump grinding this. as you guys saw in that video, the stump grinder did really well, and you can tell that I was makeshifting some stuff to be able to keep pretty much the chips flying off of the stump grinder from hitting his metal building in the back. So I've seen people do a couple different things using 4x8 sheets of plywood and cutting them in half, putting hinges on it. So if you've got any recommendations on ways to keep the debris from flying all the way over and hitting stuff, feel free to let me know in the comments. Again, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you can.